The broken promise. The June sun glinted off the hood of Michael's Lexus as he pulled away from their North Rexford Drive home. From the kitchen window, Jennifer Miller watched him go, the quiet hum of Beverly Hills settling around her. She turned back to Tommy's lunchbox, meticulously packing it with organic carrots, a turkey sandwich on whole wheat, and a container of fresh blueberries. Every item was a small, loving investment in her son's health. A whirlwind in a red Spider-Man t-shirt burst into the room. "Mom, I love today's sandwich." Tommy beamed. Jennifer smiled, ruffling his hair as she sealed the lunchbox. "What are you learning today?" "Math and reading. The teacher says I'm the best reader," he announced. His small chest puffed with pride. Her heart swelled. This was their peaceful morning ritual, a testament to the life she and Michael had built, a life of genuine love, even if their combined $200,000 income was modest for the zip code. That peace was about to shatter. As Tommy's 7th birthday approached, his breakfast table request was simple. "I want to go to Disneyland. I want to meet Spider-Man." Jennifer's smile faltered. She had a meeting that could define her year, a $25 million listing at Coldwell Banker that represented nearly half her annual sales. "We'll take him," her mother, Patricia, offered smoothly. Her sister, Ashley, nodded, her smile a perfect, camera-ready curve. "It will be a wonderful day." Jennifer felt a prickle of unease. Patricia was the Queen of Charity, the revered director of the Children First Foundation. Ashley was a parenting influencer with 500,000 followers, her life a curated gallery of perfect motherhood. Yet, something felt off. "Your mother and Ashley will be fine. This deal could make or break your year," Michael reasoned, convincing a reluctant Jennifer to agree. "Be careful, okay? Call me right away if anything happens," she repeated, kneeling to hug Tommy at the door. Her son, bouncing with excitement in his Spider-Man backpack, didn't notice her worry. He only saw the adventure. Their brand-new Mercedes pulled away, and Jennifer was left with the silent, sun-drenched street and a knot in her stomach. In the Coldwell Banker office, Jennifer buried her unease in property documents. Her phone chimed with updates. A photo at 9 a.m. at the park gates, another at 10 a.m. by the Ferris wheel. In every picture, Tommy was radiant. "Don't worry, Jenny, we'll take good care of him," her mother had texted. But after a photo from Adventureland at 11 o'clock a.m., the updates stopped. Noon passed, then 1 p.m. "They're just having too much fun," she told herself, her focus fraying as her crucial meeting neared. When her phone rang with an unknown number, a cold dread washed over her. "Mrs. Miller? This is John Martin from Disneyland Guest Services. Your son is with us at the Lost Children's Center." The world tilted. "What? But my mother and sister are with him." "Your son was found alone near Adventureland. He's safe, but he was unaccompanied." Her hands trembled so violently she could barely hold the phone. "Can I speak with him?" A moment later, a small, choked voice came through the receiver. "Mom? Tommy, baby, are you okay? What happened?" "Grandma and Aunt Ashley. They told me to wait, but they left. They never came back." Rage, cold and sharp, pierced her panic. She called her mother's number. It rang several times before connecting, the sound of upbeat mall music flooding the line. "Oh, Jenny, what is it?" Patricia's voice was breezy, unconcerned. "Mom, where is Tommy?" "Tommy? Isn't he still at Disneyland?" Her mother's casual tone was a slap. In the background, she heard Ashley's smug voice. "Well, my children never get lost." The words turned Jennifer's vision red. "He's at the Lost Children's Center because you abandoned him." "Abandoned? What a horrible thing to say. We simply lost track of time. The security has it all on surveillance. Mom, they have you on camera leaving him." A beat of silence. Then, Patricia's voice turned to ice. "Jenny, are you doubting me? I am the director of the Children First Foundation. I would never abandon a child." The line went dead. Jennifer immediately called Michael. "I'll go," he said, his voice a tightly controlled storm. "You have that meeting. I'll get our son." She called the Disneyland staff back, her professional composure a thin veneer over a roiling fury. The veteran staff member, John, explained everything. The surveillance footage was damning. Patricia and Ashley, after lunch, calmly telling Tommy to wait, then strolling toward the park exit, chatting pleasantly, never looking back. As she listened, Jennifer's knuckles were white where she gripped her designer handbag. Her son had been terrified. Left alone for hours. While they went shopping, she looked at the $25 million deal on her desk. Then at the photo of Tommy's tear-streaked face the staff had sent. Something had broken. The peaceful mornings, the pretense of a loving extended family, it was all a lie. And as Michael sped toward Disneyland to gather their trembling son, Jennifer made a silent vow. They would pay for this. Her mother, the philanthropist, and her sister, the perfect mommy influencer. They would learn what happened when you broke a mother's trust. The game was over. The machinery of consequence began to turn with silent, efficient speed. William's lawyers received their instructions. Evidence was formally collected and logged. The family was no longer operating on emotion, but on the cold, hard facts of the law. Howard, taking the situation with grave seriousness, had contacted his wife. Patricia's response was not remorse, but ice. "You doubt me too?" she hissed. "The foundation has powerful supporters. If this gets out, the donors will vanish." Her concern was solely for her own crumbling pedestal. She mentioned that several charitable boards were already making discreet inquiries, fearing the contagion of scandal. Ashley, meanwhile, was pouring gasoline on the fire. Unaware of the damning surveillance footage, she took to Instagram with a long, manipulative post. "Tried to create a magical day for my nephew. But sometimes children wander off despite our best efforts and constant vigilance." The narrative was a lie, and her followers, smelling the inconsistency, began to question her. "We're having a family meeting," William declared. His word was a command, and summonses went out to every member. This was no longer just about a lost boy. It was an inquisition into the soul of their family. A heavy silence filled the grand living room of the Henderson mansion. Jennifer stood by the fireplace, her professional composure a shield over her fury. Michael kept a protective watch on the door to the adjacent room, where a traumatized Tommy had finally cried himself to sleep. Patricia and Ashley entered not with shame, but with the affronted air of martyrs. Their illusions were shattered by the cold light of the 80-inch screen. The footage played, a silent, damning indictment. 2:15 p.m. Patricia, adjusting her Hermes bag, tells Tommy, "Wait here, we'll be right back." 2:30 p.m. The two are captured on Main Street, laughing over ice cream cones. No child in sight. 2:45 p.m. Security cameras at the park exit show them carrying luxury shopping bags, strolling casually to the parking lot. The final blow. Receipt timestamps placing them at a Beverly Hills boutique less than an hour later. The screen went black. William's voice cut through the silence like a whip. "Patricia, explain this cruelty." "Father, you have to understand the context." "Silence," he roared. "You intentionally abandoned my great-grandson. The evidence is undeniable." Howard, the esteemed senior partner of Henderson and Partners, physically recoiled, moving his chair away from his wife. "This is not negligence," he stated, his voice flat and legalistic. "This is child endangerment." "Even you?" Patricia shrieked, her mask finally cracking. "I am the director of the Children First Foundation. My life is children." "Precisely," William interrupted, his disgust palpable. "Your hypocrisy is the true crime." He closed his eyes, delivering his verdict. "As of today, you and Ashley are removed from my will. All assets will be transferred to Jennifer and Tommy, with a portion endowing a new child protection charity." The gasps were sharp. "Grandpa, you can't," Ashley cried. "Your livelihood?" William's voice was arctic. "You forfeited that when you left a 6-year-old to fend for himself." As if on cue, their world began to implode in real time. Patricia's phone buzzed, an emergency alert from the foundation's board. Ashley's phone chimed incessantly, a cascade of critical comments, followed by the gut punch of an email from Pottery Barn Kids terminating her contract. Then, Howard delivered the final blow. "Patricia," he said, not meeting her eyes, "I will be filing for divorce." The color drained completely from her face. The queen of charity and the perfect influencer were dethroned, exposed, and utterly alone. 1 year later, the scent of coffee and toasted organic bread filled the kitchen of a new, sun-drenched Beverly Hills home. It was a peace they had fought for. "Don't forget Dad's sandwich," Tommy chirped, his voice bright. He watched Jennifer from across the island, vibrant in a new Spider-Man t-shirt. The shadows in his eyes had receded, banished by patience, therapy, and unwavering love. The year had been one of profound transformation. Jennifer now ran her own thriving agency, Miller Family Real Estate, backed by William's steadfast belief in her. Michael, propelled by a fierce determination to protect his family, had been promoted to vice president at Constructive Futures. The downfall of Patricia and Ashley was as total as it was deserved. The Children First Foundation ejected Patricia, with donors publicly condemning her inhumane act. Ashley's influencer empire evaporated. Her followers and sponsors abandoned her within weeks. They now lived in obscurity in a San Fernando Valley apartment, a stark monument to their own cruelty. Every weekend, the family gathered at William's mansion, their bonds stronger than ever. Howard, freed from his wife's toxicity, had become a doting and genuine grandfather. William had established the New Dawn Foundation, a charity dedicated to the emotional care of children. Jennifer served as a director, channeling her pain into purpose. The foundation's guiding principle was framed on their living room wall. Protecting those we love requires courage, even when it hurts, for that courage alone brings the dawn. Dad's home, Tommy yelled as Michael appeared at the door. The little boy ran to him, the red of his shirt a flash of pure joy in the morning light. They were ready for whatever came next. The California sun, warm and forgiving, illuminated not an ending, but a beginning, a new story written not in appearances, but in genuine love.